Hi, everyone. It is Fitz from Big 12 Media Days down here in Frisco. Hope you're doing well. I'm great. It's been a busy first day. It's wrapping up right now as I record this, and K-State has had a quiet confidence about them here on day one. A whole new set of schools show up on day two, the final 8. But overall, this Big 12 conference feels confident about itself. One of the questions Brett Yormark was asked about was the formatting of the playoff, and does he still want the 5+11, which means 5 conference champions and 11 at-large bids, which some take to mean could be a one-bid Big 12 situation. He doesn't see it that way. I mean, even last year, if it had been the 16 schools, 2 Big 12 teams would have been in. And he doesn't want to kind of put a cap. He doesn't want to say, yeah, we're half the conference of the SEC and Big 10 that gets 4 locked in spots. Now, here's the question. Will the system, the way they pick these teams, be fair? The SEC is trying to cook the books with putting in a lot more strength of schedule. But here's the question. Should you really be rewarded for losing in any way? I would say it's about the teams you beat. And if you really do beat better teams, well, then your strength of schedule is better. But if you lose to good teams and then beat teams that are pretty much add up to the same as everyone else, are you really better? I don't get how losing a tough schedule means you're a better team overall. It doesn't add up to me. And that's going to be something the Big 12 is going to have to stare down. Mac Rhodes from Baylor is on the committee, and hopefully he can make sure that the books don't get cooked. Because if there's been one thing I've taken away from this process of trying to expand this playoff and tweak college football is the SEC gives no craps about anyone else but them. They don't care about the game. They don't care about the history. They just want the money. They want everyone else to bow down to them. And there's another set of changes coming in college football. Maybe the SEC will find its old ways, stir it back up, and return to the top. Because keep in mind, they haven't played for a national championship in 2 seasons. That's the reality. Reality isn't that the SEC dominates. Reality is, for the last 2 seasons, the SEC hasn't been in the title game. So the reality lies in a totally different place than what Greg Sankey thinks it does. We just need to see everyone get an equal shake at this. And just because you're in the SEC doesn't mean you're a better program. Just because maybe your recruiting class ranked higher doesn't mean you're a better team. I've covered Kansas State most of my career, and I know that is simply not true in any way. The team on the field, not the recruiting rankings, not the stars that guys like me gave these players before they ever played it down. Those don't matter. What the team does on the field is all that matters. And the Big 12 needs to take it to the field and start winning games. Now, I think one of the downfalls for Kansas State this year is the simple fact that its prime non-conference game is again against the Big 12 opponent because that Arizona series is being finished off. And that means you got 10 teams against the Big 12, and if the Big 12 isn't getting proper respect, then what does happen to your strength of schedule? If Kansas State, you want to go out and win them all and cruise right into the playoff. But we also know that this is the most competitive conference. You can bang your chest all you want about how great your top teams are, and it makes the entire conference better. But in reality, the toughest road is the one where almost every game is in question. And that's why the Big 12 conference is the most entertaining conference in college football. And the Big 12, along with the ACC, deserve a fair shake at being represented properly in the college football playoff. I'm going to just trust in Yormark because I know there's a lot of feelings out there that this won't be an honest process. And if he feels like it's an honest process, so be it. But I don't trust Greg Sankey. You shouldn't trust Greg Sankey. And I know this, Brett Yormark better not be trusted it because that guy will do whatever's best for him, his conference, and college football. Be damned.